What's going on, guys? Mike here, bringing you Chapter 3 of our wonderful Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos Let's Play, and again, it happened. My phone, I have received a text as soon as I put it on silent, because I am pro. So how are you all doing? I hope you are actually all doing well. It's currently Saturday afternoon at around, let's check the time, around 3:30 p.m. and it's a bit snowy outside here on Long Island. I was playing basketball earlier with my brother, and it would just like started snowing randomly, and I was just like, this is ridiculous. But it was weird because it felt like it was like 45 degrees outside, and yet snow was falling. So it kind of didn't make much sense to me, but not many things on Long Island nowadays, I guess, do make sense to me, so it's just like, whatever. But I hope wherever you guys are located that it is not snowing, because snow fucking blows. I used to really love snow, and I've actually come to a point where I really cannot stand it anymore. Let's go kill that guy. We'll let our little water elemental here tank them. So that's my whole little opinion on snow for you. But as I said in the beginning of this, we are on Chapter 3. It's called Ravages of the Plague, and I believe in the lore this is when Arthas finds out about the undead and about, them taking over, the entire land of Azeroth, and them pretty much trying to corrupt all the humans and turn everything into undead and take over the world. So that is, I believe, where the lore is right now. Again, not 100% sure. I haven't read the lore in quite a little bit of time, but take it for what it's worth, or take my whole little short genre about what it's worth. Actually, I think if we go to quest and you hit like the lore or something, there used to be like a lore button. I guess not, unless there was, and I don't know. But that's what we're up to right now. So right now we're just going through the map here, trying to make our way. This is our optional quest: make our way to the Fountain of Health. And we are currently here fighting little Murlocs, little Murloc hunters. Should all be focusing the same guy, but apparently my little units do not feel like doing that. And I forgot to say, but we have a new hero right now, Jaina Proudmoore. I believe that's her last name. She is a human archmage, right here, bam, intelligence hero. So that means she increases her damage by the more int she has. Pretty much all right there. Under the yellow, primary attribute, 1 point of damage, increase mana regen. So she's cool. And Arthas is a strength. So your strength heroes are more of tanky DPS, I guess you could say. And your intelligence-based ones are more of your caster DPS, and kind of makes sense. So that is pretty much what we have. And then we have 2 footmen right here, and we have a captain who is kind of like just like an upgraded footman. You can't really get them online. It's just part of the single-player experience where you can have a captain. But that's what we got for right now. But to move away from the gameplay a little bit, I figured I'd talk about something that I don't want to say it's been bugging me for a long time, but it's just something that I see a lot when it comes to online gaming, and I feel like it's something that needs, to either be controlled or for people to take a whole second look at and try to figure out, ways that we can, I don't want to say like stop it, but ways that we can reduce the amount of it online. And that comes to, I guess it's rage. I mean, I guess we can call it raging, or I guess we can call it QQing for those of you who know what QQing is. But I feel nowadays, or it's been growing a lot more increasingly in numbers, that a lot of people tend to curse out others, and they tend to blame others for stuff that goes on in video games. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, gaming is becoming less and less more enjoyable, especially to newcomers to video games. And I feel like it's mostly because there are people out there who, they don't understand that everyone starts a game new, and when you start a game brand new, of course you're not going to be amazing at it. And there are people out there who don't ever, they can't understand or grasp this whole point, and they tend to just blow people up, like in a game whenever they start to do bad. One example that I can give you is Call of Duty games. or even League of Legends. Actually, let's do League of Legends. You know, I'm a PC gamer. I figured I'd stick to the whole PC gaming aspect of everything. League of Legends for one. I've been playing League of Legends ever since beta, so I have a very good grasp on it. I used to play competitively for a little bit, but I've kind of not had all the time in the world to stick competitive, so I decided not to remain in the whole competitive field of it. But that's fine. But what I was getting into was there are many people out there who are just starting League of Legends or who have been playing League of Legends for quite some time, but they aren't the best of players, and they get so much crap for it. Like, have you ever been in a game where people are just getting like destroyed? Like, you can have like a Nidalee, or you can have pretty much any champion who's like 0-5, and your team just starts ripping them a new one. Your team starts screaming about them in game, and your team just pretty much belittles the person to no end. And I feel like it's definitely the wrong way to go about things. Like, people should not be doing that. Mostly because, you know, the person's brand new to the game, so obviously they're not going to know everything about it, or maybe they're not used to playing with people who are amazing at the game, so their performance is going to go down a bit. But what people don't realize is the only way to get better at a game is to play people who are better than you. Like, you can't be a person in a game and, you know, be the best player and expect to get better, because it won't ever happen. For example, me with StarCraft. I was really bad at StarCraft. Like, I still consider myself pretty bad at StarCraft. And I was put into Platinum League, as you guys know. Not sure why I was put into it. You know, my skills are nowhere near there, but I was put into it, nevertheless. And when I started playing, you know, I was getting wrecked, destroyed, losing in like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. And I was like, you know, this is retarded. Why am I playing? But then I like took a step back and I thought to myself, like, actually, this isn't a bad thing, because I'll be able to, you know, train myself and get better in a faster pace, which has actually ended up happening. You know, my record has gone from 1-7, 1-8, all the way up to, what am I now, like 21-15, I think. So I'm on the more win than loss side of the game, and I feel like getting to that point at the rate that I did was only due to the fact that I played with people who were and still are a lot better than me. So take that same point and bring it to the people who are bad at, you know, or people who aren't doing as well in games like League of Legends and pretty much team games. I see most of the raging and problems going on in team games. But if people just, you know, helped or gave constructive criticism to the players that are performing at a lacking rate, if you will, then I feel like they'd be able to get better, and they'd have a better gaming experience, which would ultimately make you have a better gaming experience. The cutscene, my bad. So the more experienced and better the gaming community is around you, the more experienced and better the gaming community is going to get in general. Therefore, you're going to have better games, you're going to have better opponents, and you're going to be able to improve your game tenfold. Like, you will be surprised how fast you will be able to improve. So that's pretty much just what I wanted to say. Like, if you see people raging at others, just like try to talk them down or try to calm them down. Like, there's no point that they should be doing it, because, you know, it's not the end of the world. They're not getting paid thousands of dollars to play a game, and if they are, by all means, go for it. But they're most likely your teammates, so they're not going to take it to heart. But, you know, if you're playing by yourself and there are people raging or you're raging, just take a step back and be like, wait a minute. I was once at this point, and other people did not scream at me for doing this, so maybe I shouldn't be screaming at other people. Whew. But anyway, look at that. We're already at the end of the chapter 3. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what your whole view on raging or, you know, calling people noobs and stuff like that is in the comments. And let me know if you've done anything to try to improve the quality of players around you and try to help those that are bad. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in part 4. Mike out.